Alright guys, well this is a project that I've been thinking about and wanting to do and can't wait for the day when I get to take Farah's gauge cluster out of the car, because there's a whole bunch of things that I want to do with this cluster, and as you know I bought a clock to put in here. So tonight finally I got the cluster out and I was having a look at it. I was curious to know if the speedometer works. So what I did is I took the cable out, cleaned it, lubricated it, put it back in, and it locks in and it's ready to go. So I'm pretty confident the speedometer is going to work. Now, one of the most important things you want to do with a car that's sitting this old with a speedometer cable is take the cable out and clean it and oil it and grease it and whatever, so that it doesn't like bind. Because if it binds, it's going to make the needle start jumping real fast, and then it's going to start jumping more, and it's going to be swinging back and forth, and then it's going to be, one of these days it's going to swing so much it's just going to break and ruin it. You don't want that, and I don't want that either. I want the speedometer to work smoothly, and I want it to be serviced, and I want it just like a watch. I want it to be working the best it can. So this video tonight is about, we're going to test the speedometer and the odometer, see if it works, because I already know all the other gauges work, and I already know the clock is going to go in there. And that's pretty cool because this car didn't have a clock originally. So I bought an original clock that's running. It's ready to go in. If you look like right at the bottom here, there's a little plastic hole. That's where we're going to drill a hole through that, and that's where the stem for the clock is going to come out so we can set it. It's pretty damn cool, huh? This is the insert. This insert, let me back up here. This is what it looks like. So it's just a blank. So if you didn't get a clock, this is what you got. Just a circle with marks on it. Just plastic. So a little later on in this video, we're going to go over there. I'm going to show you the back of this cluster, because I plan on taking it apart and servicing the odometer so that everything turns nicely, and cleaning all the inside parts, because this is the area here which is hard to see, but I'm going to try to come in a little closer. Maybe we can look at it. You know, the plastic is dirty inside. I want to see what everything looks like in there and go in there and clean the lenses so the lenses are real clear, so when I have the lights on at night I can see everything real good, because the needle's in pretty nice shape. So once these lenses are cleaned and serviced, I'll know everything's going to work, and we're going to put a cluster back in that's ready to go, fully serviced with a working clock. Hot dog, huh? So let's try this speedometer and see if it works. Now Farah's odometer reads 64,238 miles and just about 4/10. So I did drive it around the driveway, so I think what we need to do is test the speedometer and move it up to the 4/10, see if it works. Anybody want to take a wager on how fast the speedometer is going to go with the drill on speed 1? Take a guess. Alright. I'm getting in position now. Put the drill in the back of the speedometer. Here we go. Oh, there it goes. 21 miles an hour. Alright. See how nice that sweeps? That's already working pretty darn good. Awesome. That's awesome. I'm not going to put it on speed 2. I'm not going to be a hero with that. That's kind of stupid to do that. So there you go. Hot dog, huh? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the camera and come around the other side. I'll show you the back side of it, because that's pretty damn cool. Alright, take a look at that. There's the board. Some more numbers. It's a pretty nice shape. The board's clean. In order to get all the light bulbs to work, I had to all these copper pieces right here under the bulbs were all corroded. They had to be cleaned in order for all the bulbs to work. Even the grounds. Some of these are grounds, so they have to be cleaned in order for it to make a complete circuit, so it goes, all the gauges work. Because you remember, I didn't have gauges in the beginning when I first started this powered the Dodge up. In my previous video, or videos a video I made before, all these pins for the plug, and over here is where it gets power, and I think this is a ground. So in this hole, here's where the clock goes. You can see how dirty it is. There's the Dodge. And I'll put the camera right through. That's looking out what the clock's gonna see. That's awesome. So the clock's gonna mount in there, and then there's a little jumper wire. If you seen the earlier video, the wire jumps over to here, and that's power. That's gonna power the clock up, and it's gonna get its ground through the body. So the whole body's, this is all ground. So that's why I had to run a jumper wire over to the body here, because the gauges wouldn't work. So that's why we did that. So it looks like these screws right here. I'm gonna take all these out all the way around, and then we'll lift it off, and then the bezel, I'm thinking, I guess that's probably what's gonna happen. The bezel will come off the front of the gauges, and we'll clean all this stuff up. And if I can get in there at that odometer, look at that, there it rolled that 4th 10th. Now it's caught up because I did drive it around the driveway. We'll have a look inside here and see how this looks inside. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the inside of a 64 Dodge Polara 500 gauge cluster, but we're gonna. So hit the subscribe button, and now it's time for 8 seconds with Gail.
Hey guys, you like what you see? You do? Awesome. Do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, and you get to see a whole lot more.